Okay, so clearly all that work with the carburetor and the inlet manifold hasn't done any good to the motor. Clearly the rear cylinder isn't firing and the front cylinder is. Okay, so there's a V, well this is a level side and it V's in toward here. This is the inlet manifold off a 1996 engined XLH 1200 Evo motor. So this is what you tighten onto the engine. This gasket just fits around there. When it tightens onto the engine, then this sits on the engine here, and it's supposed to make a seal. These are the new gaskets here. They were $26.90. I'll show you in a sec who I bought it from. Now they've got a better design because they've got this this ridge around the inside here that seals it better, because this has movement when you line it up with the intake, and with that little bit extra there, I think it'll probably make the seal better. Okay, so that's it there. The seller is Easy Rider, E-A-S-Y, with a dash or a stroke, and then R, Easy R. They're called James gaskets, so it reads James gasket seal inlet MAN manifold XL 86 up, or it says BT 90 up. I don't know what that means. With lip each. That's they're sold each. I bought two, and it came to $26.90. And you can see how the back of the inlet is you can see there how the back of the inlet is sealed off, and if you compare that to putting the other seal on, you can see that that inlet there, the metal part, is exposed. This is the original gasket, and I pointed out in a previous video that it was badly rolled and damaged. So yeah, you can see there's a crack there, and it's been sort of twisted. So if I line up the good side and compare it with the other side there. Okay, so I'll stop creaking, moaning and groaning, and we'll go and chuck this thing on. Okay, so previous video we found that this connector here was just tied up. It does have a current running to it, so I'll seal that up and attach it to the frame. We worked out that probably the previous owner had a tank, because he said that he did change the tank over, and that tank must have had a connector running the gauges on top of the tank. We did a bit more cleaning to the original stock carburetor, to the air fuel mixture. I think it's the idle mixture screw. And we did a little bit more cleaning to it. One of the previous videos was it looked like there was a leak through here. You see a dirty band around the inside there, and the other one's clean. Now this bike seemed to be running rich. The spark plugs are fouled up, but the compression's good. As well as that, I'm not really sure, but that air fuel mixture was screwed in too far, it seemed. Now I thought that that would make it run rich, but from what I can gather, it makes it run lean. So we'll get to the bottom of that one later on in this video or the videos after. Okay, so this video is putting on the inlet, putting on the carburetor, firing it up, and see what we get. Just giving you the heads up for future videos. When this bike's up and running, then I'll be doing up this bike. It's PE 400 road registerable. It's got an AC electrical system, 6 volt, and if you want to stay tuned for that, then you're most welcome. So this is waterproof grease. Just on the summer side of winter, got through the coldest days, and last week there was a 0 degree day in the morning, and next morning was 2 degrees. So as you can see there, you can probably see that it's a good fit. I can't move it back and forwards, so I think that's a good design. So what happens with the grease, it provides a seal, and it also enables these 2 clamps to move in toward the 2 blocks here and create a good seal. Okay, so looking from the opposite side of the bike, you can see that this side's good, but this side it rocks from side to side. Okay. Okay, so with this new design and how it can go around the back of the end of the inlet here, you can see that it sticks out that little bit, and it'll rock on that gasket So this is the non-standard design. You can probably see on that side as well it'll rock. Alright, so any grease that goes into the inlet there I'm just removing best I can. Okay, so with that extra gasket width, you can see that's the gasket just there. You might be able to see the blue areas there. Okay, so I've still got that rocking with this gasket attachment here. This other side's still flat, still good, but the front one, and that's where the leak was, it seemed, still got that rocking. So what I'm going to do is tighten it down a little bit. I'm going to attach the air filter, make sure that it's all in place before tightening up. Okay, so something's happened, I'm not sure what. I just did this screw up a little bit by hand, and that's good, and this side's good. There's not much room to work, but the name of the game is just to get them all tightened up a little bit. Just get a bit of pressure on the bolts. You know, no doubt there's a better Allen key for this job, but I don't have it. Okay, at this point in time, my best advice would be to just tighten these two down so that the gap here between the engine and the manifold is the same, or the manifold clamps, that gap is the same. Now we'll temporarily install the air cleaner. You know, when I was a kid in the mid and early 70s, I used to always be cleaning out the carburetor. I'd be taking it apart and going down to the mechanic shop and blowing it out with compressed air, and I've sort of lost track of that, and how important it is to have a good functioning carburetor. I used to race at the Waverley mini motorcycle track in Melbourne. I don't think that'd be there anymore. Probably be developed, maybe. The only tricks that we had before then, because in this country was before the days of Supercross, was cross-ups. When you went over a jump, you just turned your wheel and laid your bike over, and turning your wheel as you did monos, like the old 1970s mono style. So I'll just lock this in the position the inlet manifold's at the moment. Okay, so after positioning the inlet manifold, I'm just snugging these up. So I suppose with this design you've got this clamp pushing the seal onto the engine, and that force is also pushed around the inlet manifold, so it should create a good seal, so long as the seal doesn't get old and shrink or crack. So now I'll try and attempt to clean that grease off the inside there, and that should be job done. Oh, that's interesting. You can see the seal there. Okay, so I'll start putting on the carburetor. So you've got two cables. Put one cable in, the other cable in. A little bit tricky, but it's on a spring. So that one goes in there. So then we just sit that in there. So you've got both throttle cables in, and so then you've got the holder here, and so it just hooks over there like so. Yeah, so just put the screw in there to hold the retainer. Put the screw in the top there. At this stage you want to make sure the idle adjustment screw there is sitting on this this stopper just here. So test it out with your throttle, and do up the screws. Again, just test the throttle. Line everything up. You've got these three screws here that attach to the carburetor. You've got these screws here that go into the engine.